July 13th, 2011, Coronado, California. The historic Spreckels Mansion, a stunning oceanfront paradise built for the ultra-wealthy. But as dawn breaks over the Pacific, a scene of absolute horror is uncovered in the courtyard. A witness looks up at a second-story balcony. Hanging there, completely naked, is 32-year-old Rebecca Zahau. Her feet are bound tightly together. Her hands are tied behind her back. Blue marine rope is constricted around her neck. And inside the bedroom she just fell from, a chilling message is painted on a door. It reads, "She saved him, can you save her?" How does a bound, naked woman hang herself from a balcony? Was this a dark, elaborate suicide fueled by grief, or a staged execution hidden behind a wealthy family name? To understand the horror of that morning, we have to look at the tragic days leading up to it. Rebecca was a vibrant, beautiful woman. She was living a life of luxury with her boyfriend, Jonah Shacknai. Jonah was a wealthy, high-powered pharmaceutical tycoon. The historic mansion was their private sanctuary. But just 2 days earlier, paradise completely shattered. Jonah's 6-year-old son, Max, was staying at the mansion. He was under Rebecca's watch, while she was in another room. Max suffered a catastrophic fall. He plummeted over a staircase railing, crashing onto the hard floor below. He was rushed to the hospital, critically injured and clinging to life. The atmosphere inside the mansion instantly turned toxic. Grief quickly morphed into blame and dark suspicion. Rebecca was consumed by guilt and fear. Members of Jonah's family rushed to town to support him, including his brother, Adam Shacknai. The tension inside those oceanfront walls was thick enough to cut. Then, on July 12th, word came from the hospital. Little Max was brain dead. He was not going to survive. Hours later, Rebecca was dead. The local police looked at the timing and made a swift assumption. They believed Rebecca took her own life out of overwhelming despair over the boy's accident. But when you look at the physical evidence, that theory begins to suffocate. Let's break down what investigators found on that balcony. Rebecca's ankles were tied together with heavy blue rope. Her hands were bound behind her back with the exact same rope. A long t-shirt was wrapped tightly around her neck and stuffed into her mouth like a gag. Police claimed she did all of this to herself. They argued she used her hands to tie her feet, then slipped her arms into a complex series of knots behind her back and hopped over the balcony railing. But can a heavily distressed person really perform that level of knot-tying gymnastics? Independent nautical experts looked at the bindings. They discovered complex marine hitches. Tying them tightly behind your own back, blindly, is almost physically impossible. And then, there is the message painted on the bedroom door, in thick, black paint. "She saved him, can you save her?" The handwriting did not match Rebecca's normal script. Furthermore, there were no paint smudges found on her bound hands. It felt less like a suicide note, and more like a cruel, vindictive message left by a killer. Despite the glaring red flags, authorities moved fast. They officially ruled Rebecca's death a suicide. Case closed. They maintained she was so broken by Max's impending death that she staged her own bizarre hanging. But Rebecca's family refused to let the story end there. They knew her. They knew she loved life. They knew she would never commit suicide, let alone like this. So, they launched a relentless civil battle for justice. They filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Jonah's brother, Adam Shacknai. He was the only other adult staying on the property that night. He was also the person who claimed to find her body and cut her down. In 2018, the civil trial delivered a stunning verdict. A jury found Adam Shacknai liable for Rebecca's wrongful death. They ordered him to pay over $5 million to her family. In the eyes of a civil court, Rebecca was murdered. Yet, the criminal justice system refused to budge. The sheriff's department looked at the civil verdict and still refused to reopen the case. No criminal charges were ever filed. The official ruling of suicide stands to this day. The Spreckels Mansion still stands by the ocean, but its beautiful walls hold a dark, agonizing secret. Was Rebecca Zahau driven to a surreal, self-inflicted death by a tragedy she could not outrun? Or did someone hunt her down, execute her, and stage a perfect cover-up? The public remains deeply divided. What do you think happened on that fateful night in Coronado? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If this deep dive kept you on the edge of your seat, please hit that like button and subscribe for more investigations into the world's most controversial crimes. Until next time, stay safe.